Hello everyone, I'm Al Nygren, Executive Director and Curator of the New Jersey International Film Festival, and I'm here today to do an overview of the festival, which will be taking place between June 1st and June 10th on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Saturdays are going to be kind of interesting because we have two programs, one at 5 o'clock and one at 7 o'clock, and then the Friday and Sunday programs will just be at 7 p.m. Each evening will be featuring a short or a series of shorts, followed by a feature film, a documentary or a feature film. And many of the screenings will have multiple filmmakers there because each screening will have a general Q&A session at the end of the evening. And it's a wonderful way for audience members to interact with filmmakers who have come from all over. We have 23 films that are going to be screened between those days, and they're vying for Best of Awards, Best Feature, Best Documentary, Best Short Film, and there's a number of honorable mention winners as well. The opening program will take place on Friday, June 1st at 7 p.m., and all of our screenings will take place in Voorhees 105, that's Voorhees Hall, room 105, which is located at 71 Hamilton Street in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's a beautiful space. It seats 250 people, has stadium seating, cushy chairs, high-definition projection system. It's really a nice space. And about a block away from the New Brunswick train station, so easy to get to. And there's lots of university parking lots that are available for you to park in right near the space at no charge. So our first screening is Friday, June 1st. We'll have 3 filmmaker interviews that'll follow here on EBTV in the coming weeks. And the very first one will be Headless Swans director Jordan Klaja, and he's going to be here next week, so you can check him out. His neo-noir short film opens the program, followed by a really, really intense film called Bullitt County by David McCracken. He's from Los Angeles. And it features a bunch of drinking buddies who try to recreate the bourbon trail. They would go from bar to bar in Kentucky to sample their bourbon. And the film starts off as a buddy film and ends up into almost a psychological drama that takes on mystical proportions. So I hope you come and join us for that very first program. Josh Redford will be there, as well as Jordan will be there to do a Q&A on June 1st. Then the 5 p.m. show on Saturday, June 2nd, features our second filmmaker interview guest, which is Frank Zarillo, who did The Wrestler, a QT Marshall story about a wrestler who's trying to make it into the WWE. That's going to be the Saturday program. There's a short film by Kylie Easton called 43 Quintillion, which opens the program. Then the 7 o'clock program on Saturday, June 2nd, features some really, really amazing films. 2 shorts, In the Field by E.J. Argenio and Tesla Walker. It's a very timely film about a woman who's gunned down and a police-related shooting. Then you have You Are Here by Nicholas Jones about Tony Rogers, who's one of the front people for the great band The Charlatans, which is one of England's most famous bands over the last 20 years. And the highlight of that evening is a featured documentary about Vianney Otero, who goes by So Icy Trap. She's a rap singer, but she's so much more. This is a documentary about her life. It's one of the most beautiful documentaries I've ever seen. It's very stylistically done. And Marco Voronian from Helsinki, Finland, he's flying in from Finland to take questions and answers along with Vianney that evening. Really a very special occasion about a very special person who's gone through a lot in life, Vianney. That wraps up the program on Saturday, June 2nd. Then on Sunday, June 3rd, we have a series of wonderful films that kind of focus on dream. And the very first one is called Tell Me Something by Olivia Traynor. She's from San Francisco. It's a very, very beautiful film, very short, sweet film about dream. And then Martin Ponferda's film from Sydney, Australia, entitled Everything is Upstream, is really an amazing, unique film that's quasi-animation documentary about Buddhist monks who relay their own personal dreams, and he animates them. Really a really great film. The feature is called 306 Hollywood by Elan and Jonathan Bogarin. Focuses on their grandmom who passes away, and they go through her stuff. It's an anthropological documentary that has magical realist tendencies. Both Elaine Elan, and Jonathan will be there to do a Q&A. Very touching film, recreating the life of their lost grandmom. A film that played at Sundance and is highly regarded. Then Friday, June 8th, we have a series of films that deal with fish and fishermen. The first is called The Fisherman by Anna Alpizar. She's actually from Miami, Florida, and her producer's from Bronx, New York, who's a past winner at our festival. He's going to be there to do a Q&A. Skin is by Alistair Boyce from London, England. He worked on Star Wars, one of the Star Wars films that came out recently, and this is a film also about a fisherman. And then the feature film hails from Salzburg, Austria. It's called The Best of All Worlds, and is based on a true story about a little boy, Adrian, who has to deal with his mom, who's kind of succumbing to drug addiction. And it's also a magical realist film. It's really pretty intense, but it's one of the strongest films we've ever shown at the festival, and we highly encourage you to come on Friday, June 8th. Saturday, June 9th, the 5 o'clock screening features a series of films that deal with children, and a lot of films are by Jersey filmmakers. The Magic of Reading by Claudia Moisset. She's flying in from LA, which is a wonderful, sweet film about kids wanting to read. Conflict by Barbara Holstein. She's a psychologist, and her film is focuses on the trials and tribulations of kids growing up in the social media world. Mr. Jim by Jack Foley is a really sweet film, also about a widowed veteran. Bullies is one of the highlights of the festival, about a little kid who ends up in the basement of his school, grammar school, and finds all sorts of strange things there. And the feature film is Shellfish by J.D. Wilson, who's a Marine vet who's making a film that focuses also on social media and how it's impacted on kids. It's set in the future, but it's a very timely film that will be on Saturday, June 9th at 5 o'clock. Rounding the bend, on The Late Show, we have Goose in High Heels on Saturday, June 9th by John Dilworth, a very famous animator. And MDMA by Angie Wang focuses on a Jersey girl who ends up dealing ecstasy. MDMA is another name for ecstasy drug when she's at school. And this is also based on a true story. It stars Angie Q from HBO's The Leftovers and Francesca Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's daughter, who also is known for her role in Heroes Reborn, ABC's show. The last program is Sunday, June 10th. Crazy Hive, a film from Shanghai, China, is very crazy and a really wonderful comedy thriller. And the documentary that evening is Above the Drowning Sea. It's a documentary about Jews who fled Vienna, Austria, and ended up in Shanghai, China. And the third filmmaker interview will be focusing on this film, Above the Drowning Sea. That's our overview. You need more information, go to njfilmfest.com, click on where it says schedule for the New Jersey International Film Festival, and hope to see you at the screenings. We have a lot of great films, a lot of filmmakers coming. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.